Now, Douglas, you've just been in southern Lebanon with the IDF. You've seen some of the Hezbollah tunnels with your own eyes. You wrote that in a single square kilometre, they found more than 100 tunnel shafts. It's apparent, Douglas, that Hezbollah and their Iranian backers have spent a considerable fortune on this terror infrastructure.
Well, I went into southern Lebanon, Heidi, to see this infrastructure. Hezbollah, we now know from documents that were discovered in the last month, verified by all the main newspapers. Hezbollah was actually intending to do an October the 7th style attack from the north of Israel, from southern Lebanon into the north of Israel. And you can see the tunnel network it has set up in order to do such an attack. And you can see the places where they stored the rockets and much more. The thing about this that's extremely disturbing, among others, is that all of this happened literally right under the watchtowers of the so-called UN peacekeeping force, UNIFIL. And
Mm.
this is just for anyone who actually wants peace in the region and says, why can't the war stop and so on. This is why. I was in southern Lebanon, northern Israel, 18 years ago now, when the 2006 Hezbollah war came to a close, and the United Nations resolution was that one of the prerequisites to stopping the war was that Hezbollah would not be allowed to build up its terror infrastructure, including of long and short-range rockets, in the south of Lebanon. For the next 18 years, the UN did less than nothing to ensure that resolution was abided by. Instead, they literally watched as Hezbollah dug its terror tunnel network. They literally watched as Hezbollah stored munitions where they were meant not to. They literally watched, the UN peacekeeping forces literally watched as Hezbollah fired thousands of rockets from that allegedly demilitarized area into Israel. It's all there, visibly on the ground. And it's a shocker to me that countries like Australia and Britain and others who pay for these peacekeeping forces did not spend 18 years saying, we demand that Hezbollah don't do this because they're breaking the resolution and there will be war again. And 18 years later, after 18 years of completely ineffective UN peacekeeping, here we are again. And I think it is a tragedy for the people of Lebanon, a tragedy for the people of Israel. And this is on the UN's watch. And the UN has plenty of criticisms that can be made of it. But this sort of thing is what makes you wonder whether the United Nations doesn't go the way of the League of Nations. At this stage, what can you do with an organization that is willing not only not to stop war where it can, but not even to abide by its own binding resolutions?